Hey there, welcome back, friends. It's Brian from Tokyo Record Style. I'm going to take you on a ride home with me. Uh, yeah, I'm going to take you on a ride home with me. And with my 360 camera, I haven't done a 360 in a while, so I thought I would do one tonight. I I have to take a little stereo adapter home with me. I DJ'd last weekend at a little bar, and I plugged in my headphones, and I accidentally took his adapter. So I'm gonna take the adapter back to his bar, and I'm gonna bring you with me. So this is the Insta360 camera. I've got a microphone hooked up to it. You guys should be hearing me okay. I hope so. Check, check, 1, 2. It should be okay. And it's a situation where you can control the view of the camera yourself. You can put your mouse on top of the screen and you can move the view of the round. You can look at any view you want. I think I can change my view, and maybe it's turning around, but I think you can also change your view. So the one thing that I can't do on this is that I can't engage with comments. So that's a little bit of a bummer. But you can leave comments in the chat, but I can't see them or engage with them, but I'll go back and watch them afterwards. I'm here to pick up my motorcycle. And cruise over to the place. So you guys can come with me if you want. And I will just chat as I'm riding, and we'll take the kind of scenic route home, maybe. Yeah? I hope that's cool. The 360 camera is fun. It's really groovy. So, but it's a little temperamental, so it might get a little bit. It might like wonk out a little bit. Let me get this set up right. So this is my trusty steed. Let me put this here. I hope you guys can hear me okay. Let me zip that up. Okay, hopefully you can still hear me okay. And it's a little chilly out, so I'm gonna put my hood on under my helmet. It's a little snug with a hat and a helmet and a hood. Okay, am I okay? I hope you guys can hear okay. Okay, now I'm gonna take you off of here. Be very careful, and I'm gonna put you on here on the bike. It's a little, come on, I know you got this. Sorry, guys. Hey, how do I do it? There it is. Okay. All right, good. So again, you can change the view to however you like. And let's do it. Where are my keys? Oh shit, I forgot to pay that bill. Oh, I have so much shit in my pocket. I saw a funny little meme today that had normal people's pockets before they put their clothes in the laundry, and it had like a bunch of coins, and then it had photographers. For the photographer's version, it was like filled with memory cards and, where the hell are my keys? Memory cards and Lens caps. My pockets are always filled with that kind of stuff. Of course, it's going to be in the first place I looked. Where the hell are you? Keys? Oh, there you are. Okay. I had a stream this morning and I will listen to it on double speed. I often go back and like listen to my own streams on double speed. And I recommend if you find me, what was the word that Ninja Cat Matt used today? Oddly entertaining. You know, if you're curious about the show, but it's a little insufferable because it's just like, oh God, he just talks so I can't watch it, then I might recommend watching it on double speed later. You might find it, I find it more tolerable to hear myself. So, I always hear myself like say like incomplete ideas. I'm always like, oh, I never finished that idea, or I lose my train of thought. When you go back and rewatch it, you can hear what you were saying 2 seconds before, and you can be like, oh shit, I didn't finish that idea. And the funny thing that I was talking about was how I often win like contests. I often win raffles, things like this, and then as soon as I like open the prize that I've won, I somehow end up spilling paint on it or dropping it and smashing it into a million pieces, or some silly sort of finger quote classic Brian maneuver where I end up like squandering the amazing luck that I have. Where are we going? We are going to this way, I think. Yeah. And then maybe we need to go this way? I don't actually know where we're going. How do I get there? 246. To get to 246. Okay, I think I got it. So we're in the back streets of Daikanyama right now. Daikanyama is where I work, and it's kind of a what we'd call like a brand neighborhood, a little posh, little uptowny, but it also has some character. It's grown on me. I never really. I always thought it was highly overrated because it has this great brand and everybody wants to live here and work here, and yet there's like nothing here. There's no great restaurants, but that's not entirely true. It's expensive, and I don't know. It just, to me, it was like, it's no Shinjuku, it's no Ebisu. Our office was in Ebisu before it was in Daikanyama, and I preferred Ebisu a lot. But Daikanyama is still pretty nice. So we're coming up here on Shibuya, and it's just a 5-minute or maybe a 10-minute walk to Shibuya. And again, you can move the camera in any direction you want, and I think I can make no, I can't go that way. I can make a little shortcut somewhere. Maybe not, maybe I'll just go this way. So this is the big, this is the big Shibuya scramble that everybody knows. Not this one right here, but that's where I'm rolling kind of through. Shall we go through there somehow for some reason? Yeah, we can zip through there just for fun. Just because it's scenic. If you look behind me, there's a crazy restaurant right over my shoulder here. It's like the Brass Monkey, the Brass Buddha. It's kind of a funny one. And this is the new Stream building. And, or what do they call this? Sakura Square or something. It's a new building. This is a whole new development. This used to be like a real shithole part of Shibuya. And they just knocked everything down, like dozens of blocks. And they made it real nice. And I don't know, did it lose its character? Maybe. And this is the street I need to go down to the left. Oh, look at those illuminations. Those are nice. Okay. We call those the Christmas lights. We call them illumination in Japan. I've officially become Japanese. I just called, oh, look at those Christmas lights. I've called them illuminations. That's funny. And this is kind of an interesting, I don't know, there's something about this particular highway that has this, actually you can't even see it. It's like, it's the second, this is the pedestrian way, and this highway has it's not purely, it has a design to it. It has a shape to it. It's kind of interesting. I need to go that way, but I'm gonna take you guys through Shibuya just for fun. Shibuya is getting a massive, massive redevelopment project. Wow, look at those funky legs over there. Wow, they've built a really bizarre structure. That looks so strange. Can you see that? Look at that. Let's go. So, Mazzy gave me a great idea today, a really great idea. He was razzing me a bit for, you know, streaming from the car. But the car is where I have time to stream. That's the thing. And I like to do this. I like to just let the stream of consciousness flow. I like to do this. Man, I know Mazzy likes to do it too because he has his own stream of consciousness videos. He just doesn't do them live. But he was joking to me this morning, my morning today, and he said like, why don't you ever pick up fares? I just thought, pick up fares, what is he talking about? And then I realized he's suggesting, like in the car, I pick up like people who are hailing taxis, you know, pick up cab fares. And I was like, oh my God, that's actually like a great idea. So here we are at the big, huge scramble. You guys want to go left or let's go forward? Whoa! We'll go around once, just for fun. So that's the big intersection. These are the JDM guys who are, you know, there's a bunch of them. They're all coming down here. It's like a new thing. Everybody's hanging out. Oh, we'll go by Tower Records just for fun. So, this is Shibuya. The Apple store is up that way. Here's Tower Records. 7 floors of music, pretty cool. And what should we do next? Let's do a U-turn. It's not really legal, but let's just do one. Up this way is Cocoa Isle Music Market. And then, what should I show you guys? Let's go this way. We'll see Tower again. Now I'm facing the camera. And here's the Mario Kart guys. They're right in front of me. There's a gaggle of them. There they are. What's up? You guys having fun? Yeah? Is he a good tour guide? Okay, good. Enjoy. Where are you guys coming from? Where? Singapore, okay. La. This is a GB, it's a Honda, and it's about to die. I think this is in much better condition than this one. But I have another one that's better than this one, yeah. I have another of the same one, but the other one has a sidecar. It's really quite fun. You do? What's your bike back home? Oh, nice, very nice. Okay, cool. Singapore, you must be rich, man, if you have a motorcycle in Singapore. Ile. Wow, lucky. Okay, have fun. Okay, I joke that he's a rich guy because in Singapore there's an enormous, I think like 100% sales or yeah, tax on cars. I don't know if it's the same for motorcycles, but it's yeah, 100%. So if you wanna, it might even be like 200%. So if you want a $100,000 car, it costs you $200,000 in Singapore. So that's kind of interesting. And this is what's this area called? This is called Uragawa-cho. This is kind of like the back streets of Shibuya. It's very. I come down here and do Vox Pop sometimes. We'll go this way. Tower HMV's right up the road, but we'll go this way because I need to go back the other direction. And yeah, a lot of people out here just having fun, drinking and eating, entertaining. This is called Sentagai, the center street, and it's where there's a lot of. It's become like I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's become like a Khaosan road. It's become kind of a. It's always been that way a little bit, but it's become a real sort of. It's crazy. Like a real, you know, tourist. I don't even know what to call it. A sort of pickup. What would you call it? It's like a a tourist promenade. I mean, real. What do you? I don't know what else to call it. It's like Times Square. It's like a Times Square kind of place. Sort of, not exactly. And then this is a Supra right in front of me, a GR86. And 86 signifies that it's like the tofu delivery truck, the tofu delivery service car, which is a really good one, really fast one. And some of them have like, I can't remember if this one has the BMW engine in it or not, but anyway, one of you guys will know. But all the JDM guys are, the Japanese domestic market cars are all cruising around there. Highway, Shuto Highway. He's out there drifting and shit. Uh-oh. Oh shit. I'm gonna have to come over here, guys. Sorry. Nismo, this is a Fair Lady. Very expensive cars. Wow, there's a whole slew of them. Nice Skyline here with the whole body panels, and I think this is a Skyline. Kind of hard to tell, yeah. You guys will know better than me. Oh, that's Jaro Disc over there. Right down where those neon lights is, where it says Japan Bubble Tea, that little door right there is called Jaro Land Disc, and it's an amazing jazz record store. You go downstairs and it's really nuts. It's like wow, this guy's got some giant tires on his car. His fenders are all taped up, and they're out there on the road. They're everywhere. They're fucking everywhere. And these cars are not cheap. Okay, so to the crossing. This is the big Shibuya crossing. And I gotta take this little gizmo back to Bar Fuzz, and then I gotta get home. But I hope you enjoyed the little tour here of Shibuya. Yeah, so anyway, this idea that Mazzy proposed of like picking up fares, I'm sure it's like highly illegal. And frowned upon by the taxi lobby, who is very, very strong in Japan. I just assume you guys can hear me okay. The other thing is that if I swipe off of this app, it kills the stream. So, like, I can't check my mail, I can't check my messages, I can't check to see if anybody's, like, I can't, as soon as I like navigate away from the stream dies. They need to level up the software of this 360 camera. It's pretty good, but the streaming is not that great. So, anyway, this idea of like, the Uber came here and Uber had like was having like a little bit of a hard time getting a foothold in Japan because the taxi lobby is so strong, and that's why like the trains is because a lot of the trains are above ground, and there's crossings, you know, above ground crossings. They go ding 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 ding, and if you live right next to one of those, you're not going to be able to sleep all night. But there's also subways, and the subways shouldn't really bother anybody, and they're all underground, right? Sometimes they come above ground, but there should be some taxis that are available that are just, you know, above ground taxis. Or excuse me, what am I saying? There are some that should just be underground subways, but the taxi lobby wants the trains to stop service from midnight till 5 a.m. so they can make a buck and drive all the people who missed their train home. And if you get stuck, like, you know, at your job or at a restaurant or bar, or, you know, and you got to go a fairly far distance to get back home, a taxi ride can cost you $100. And it's like prohibitively expensive, although the taxis in Japan are very nice. I mean, they're not particularly luxurious, although they're nice enough, but like you never have to worry that you're, oh shit, where am I going? That way? I don't even know where I'm going. 246, where the fuck is 246? I have to think about it. That was 246. Okay, wait, that was 246. I need to go that way. That's okay, I got it now. Oh wait, I can go this way maybe. I can bust a U-turn here, yeah. I'll bring you guys this way. So anyway, I don't remember what I was saying about taxis. Oh, the taxis just will get you there safely. They'll never like screw you over. They'll never take you the wrong way. You never have to worry that they're like fleecing you somehow. It's very safe, and they're cozy, and you can just like, you can even like just fall asleep, you know, if you're like, let's say you've had like a long night, you've been drinking and eating, and you're just kind of exhausted, and you've got like a 45-minute taxi ride, and you're just like, fuck, this is like, you don't even want to look at the meter. You're just like, you just want to like wake up and just have them tell you it's 65, 75 bucks, and then you just like, you don't even want to think about it, and then, you know, at least enjoy the taxi ride home. So anyway, yeah, ahead of me is Roppongi. You've maybe heard of Roppongi before. It's kind of an entertainment district. That's Roppongi Hills off in the distance. You probably can't see it. You can see the illumination here. I don't know what this building is called, but what is this little corner called? But all the buildings are putting up their Christmas lights, and it's getting to be that time of year. Tokyo does a pretty good job with Christmas, although it's like, it's a couple's night, it's a date night. It's not really like a, you know, nobody's celebrating the actual holiday of Christmas. And it's not a family day. and there's usually school, and it's not like a national holiday. So there's that. So I'm probably gonna run out of battery before I get home. And in which case, I'll just say thank you for hanging out with me now. Or if anybody's enjoying, maybe I could ask you to hit the like button. Or there's Ducati. Ducati's got I mean, I don't know, growing up in a town like Tulsa, where I'm from, like there was no Ducati dealership. There's no like, maybe there is now, but like there was no like Royal Enfield dealership or no Aston Martin dealership, you know. And now there are, in Tokyo, it's like, there's just like Mazda, like every possible brand that you could think of, they have here. So let's turn this around. So this is 246 Nihonroku, and we're going under the Yamanote line, and we just kind of came this way. Just did like a little loop around the Shibuya just for fun. And yeah. I had a really wonderful lunch today with two really cool cats. One guy is called Steve Espo. Steve, nickname Espo Powers. And he's a really cool he's a really cool artist. Just call him a visual artist. But he's also a graffiti artist. And he does large scale works and what was the word he used today? Vandalize. I don't think his work is particularly I don't think he like vandalizes in a sense where I think he does graffiti type work. I'm sure he's done plenty of graffiti work, like actual graffiti, but I think he's inspired to do public works that are generally like commissioned, and his work is less about, it's I'll call it like urban. I'm not sure if that's an accurate way to describe it, but it's urban. I mean, it's like, it's of the city is what I'm trying to say. And it's playful and kind of fun, and it doesn't really have like that sort of menace that graffiti generally has. It's a bit more like childish, but but I guess it also tackles some fairly sophisticated and clever themes, and I'm guessing that he's a pretty heady dude, pretty heady, and because I say that because he just I met him at a book opening of a video that I made recently of another graffiti artist whose work he curated. A guy named Mr. Blint, who was tagging Philadelphia in the 70s, late 70s and early 80s, and whose brother is also a graffiti artist named Drew 2002. And so I had lunch today with Drew and with Steve Espo Powers. And man, they were really, really cool cats. It was really fun to hang out with them. They were like, both got a couple years on me. I felt like I was hanging out with like senpais with my, oh, nice. What is that, like a Malibu? What was that? Did you see that? That was gorgeous. Steve just messaged me. That's cool. What a coincidence. Espo just sent me a message. Espo, yo, are your ears burning? I'm talking about you. Yeah, we had a really nice lunch at Hacienda in Daikayama, really great Mexican restaurant. And then I just walked him over real quickly to Daikayama Tea Site, which I don't think either of them knew about, which is like the best bookstore in Tokyo. And just left him there and then went back to work. gave him a quick tour of the place and the awesome Anjin Lounge, which is really, really so impressive. Can you hear how bad my bike sounds? It's just, it's knocking. The engine is like, it won't die, but it's just like, it's got bent valves, it's probably the pistons just thrashed. The cylinder walls are probably scratched to all hell. The cams are all fucked probably. That's where the knocking is coming from. And the exhaust, like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's got a million things wrong with it. Oh, be careful, guys. Okay, I'm gonna do a little run in here and you guys can come with me. I guess I'm gonna park my bike up here for a second. Let's see if I can get away with parking it in some... Where can I get away with parking it for 30 minutes? Or not even 30 minutes, 5 minutes. That's all I need. These are not good spots. This is too... Yeah, okay, we'll try to plug in the... Will we run out of power is the question. We may run out of power. Let's park... Where the hell are we gonna park? Let's park right here. This doesn't look good. Oh, that's the freaking police department. We definitely don't want to park there. I see the police cars there. What the hell? All right, we'll go up here. This is where I parked last time. We'll just park here for 5 minutes. Okay. Okay, we gotta do a few things. You come with me. Okay. Are we okay? Okay. Okay, we're off again. On just a little tiny side adventure. I have to go deliver this way, a little part back to Fuzz, where we had a little show and a little party the other night. And I spun some records. And I accidentally took home with me one of those little headphone jack adapter, you know, 1/4 inch to 1/8 inch to 1/4 inch. Okay. And it's a little nerve-wracking to hold the phone because if you just accidentally tap it, it dies. So we're just gonna pop in and then pop out. It's a little bit embarrassing. There's probably, there's smoking there, which I can't deal with the smoke. So yeah, the signal might not be that great. This is the building, and I'm just gonna pop up there. Fuzz, where's the sign? Is he open today? Oh yeah, he's open. You can see the sign at the top of the stairs. That's his cool place. Go meet. Okay, those guys, that's cool. They have like and he's closed today, What's today? Wednesday. He's probably closed on Wednesdays. And on the night he's closed, he's got a band in there rehearsing. That's a great use of a space when it's not being used, you know? Groovy. Okay. Going home. I made some pumpkin soup. Some like cream pumpkin-y soup at home with onions and garlic. Like I did a proper, cooked the pumpkin and then roasted garlic and onions and then blended them up, like pureed it all, and then added, like what else is in there? Like turmeric, salt, and maybe a bit of cayenne, some olive oil, and cream. It's super tasty. Super, super tasty, and it's like warms the body. I'm gonna go home and have a bowl of it. So I'm just here in, this is Ikejiri Ohashi, this little area. Here's a little tiny kind of cruddy park, but not really. It's quite charming. There's no grass. It just has like a, it's just a dirt patch. A couple of concrete slides that you can race down if you're, 6 years old. It's got some squirrels and, wow, an old ratty teeter-totter. Or no, seesaw. This is a seesaw, right? Teeter-totter. Did I grow up calling it a teeter? That's old, man. That's nice. That's a good one. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a good date night. The Ginan leaves here. There is something that kind of fun to be said about the Ginan leaves. There's two kinds. I'm not sure I can tell you one of them is this kind. I can't even see. One of them is this kind. It is, let's see, can I get it? Maybe not. It's the Hakama. I can't do it. It's too hard to see the thing. One of them is the female, the skirt, and the other one is the Hakama, which is the men's sort of samurai style. So it's like some story about how one of them is the men's and one of them is the women's. Okay, I admit, it's, I don't know if it's entertaining or not, but I'm just going for it. Okay, back at the bike. Phone goes on here. And then this guy comes off. And I'm actually going to, okay, you go back. Good. I'm going to open my backpack up real quick and get out my mobile battery. And I'm going to plug my phone in so that I don't run out of power. Okay, there's that. And hopefully I have a cable in here. It's like handy. Oh, I think that one doesn't work. I have one that's the one that's broken. Let's see if it'll work. I'm sure it won't. Where's the one that will work? This one should work. Hold on. I know. You guys don't feel obliged to stick around. I admit it's probably pretty boring. This is my 2-meter cable stopped working, and I wrote to the manufacturer and I said, yo, your 2-meter cable stopped working. And they said, oh, do you want us to send you a refund? Or do you want us to, okay, that doesn't work. Or do you want, and send a replacement? So I said, send me a replacement. So they're gonna send me a replacement. Okay, here we go. Off again. This one should work. It's gonna be a little short, but it should work. Yeah, we're definitely gonna run out of juice. Is that gonna be long enough? Barely. Okay, we're charging. I hope there's some entertainment value here. Maybe there's nobody's watching. Maybe there's one or two people watching. I don't know. It's dark. Okay. I left the keys in the bike just because that was easier. All right, here we go. I think we can go through Shimokitazawa actually. Let's go through Shimokita. That's on my way home. This is kind of a little bit of a new road. I don't really know it very well. They just built it. This is all kind of like new restaurants and like new apartments. That's a new hospital, I think. Oh, wait. Oh shit, I think I want to go that way. Oh well. Ooh, it's bright. All right, I know where I am. So then we're cutting through the middle of Tokyo University. Some of Tokyo University is around here. The Komaba Todaimai campus. Not the main campus on the far east side of town, but the Komabachi campus. I think this is like research and post-grad stuff. By she's really hurt. So the other thing that I did today was I listened to music, and I listened to, I think it's called, it was interesting. I learned something today, but I already forgot it. There's a famous jazz experimental prog jazz psych record called, oh, I'm so embarrassed I can't remember the name. It's called like Baitenzen. Baitenzen. And it's the name of a god in Japan, and she can all. It's a goddess, and her name is also Baiten, I think, and she's one of the seven lucky gods, and she's the only female of the seven lucky gods. And I know about the seven lucky gods, but there's only one of them that I really know about, and that is Ebisu. And so it was a great chance to learn about her. She's usually depicted with a lute, and she's the goddess of water and wisdom and music and like merriment, I think, and a few other things. She's got quite a lot of things that she's responsible for. And there's an amazing jazz record by a multi-instrumentalist guy who it's real psychedelic, and it has this kind of Japanese like overtones, like shakuhachi, the Japanese flute, and koto, and like weird voices that you would hear in like traditional Japanese music. Like you hear these like kind of guttural, like almost like samurai, like very over performed, like almost like campy type sounds that you might hear at like Kabuki Theater or. And but it's a really great album. I listened to it like 2 or 3 times actually. Like two other people put it forth on the Japan Vinyl Tag list. I'm still working on the Japan Vinyl Tag. If you don't know about the Japan Vinyl Tag, you've been living under a rock or you don't follow Tokyo Record Style. That's totally fine. But about over a year and a half ago, to celebrate my 20 years in Japan, I started the Japan Vinyl Tag, and I made a list of 20 prompts that would they were things like, show an album with an obi, or show a Japanese band, or show a band, that like destroyed a city like Godzilla did. I made up some kind of corny prompts, and like about 50 people did it. I was very, very, very happy. And I promised that anybody who did it, I would listen to the 20 records that they put forth. And I didn't really think it would be that big of a deal. And I thought maybe 5 people would do it. And yeah, 50 people ended up doing it. And I'm on like number 26, I think. I'm listening to Bruno's records right now. Bruno from Brittany, France. And it takes about a couple of weeks, really. Well, it takes a couple of days at least. But sometimes if you get distracted and you get on other things, it can take you an entire month to like listen to some of these 20 records. But it's a very rewarding experience, and you end up, really getting to know people through their music. And I'm just finding it to be like the greatest little way to discover music. It's like better than, just having somebody recommend you some music. It's better than, like finding something, even at the record store, because it's just like, it's somebody else's, it's fun. I don't know, I'm having a really good time with it. And I make these little videos. I really wanted to be done with Bruno's list today because I've been listening to it forever, and it's not that I'm like tired of listening to his music, but I feel I want to send him a message that said like, yo, I've been listening to your records. It took me fucking 4 weeks, but it was a great thrill because there was so many great records on there. And this one like Byzantine, I forget what it's called, was one of them. And a bunch of others. There's a bunch of great records on his list. Like, he had a really great list. It's interesting, like, some people, I don't know, you don't really expect to have a really eclectic taste in music. They do. Can you see my bike smoking? My bike is smoking. But he's got, he's like listening to, like, not the Beatles, but it was like, something fairly mainstream, and then something French, and then something very new, something I've never heard of, something lots of people know like Japanese music better than me, which has been really interesting. And it's just been such a joy. It's been really fun. So, but his last 2 records, number 19, he put forth this like jazz compilation that's like 50 songs. It's like a box set, and I'm not cheating, because if I'm cheating, I'm only cheating myself, really. So I want to listen to all the records that, it's like a great chance to like level up my music ability. Oh, this is kind of funny. Hold on, I'll tell you a funny story. I think this is the place. Oh wait, it's closed. Okay, so this is, what, is this it? I think this is, I should stop and tell you this story. It's kind of funny. It might be the next one. It's a Cleaners. There's a Cleaners around here. I'm pretty sure that was it. I just passed it. I'll just drive and talk about it. But there was like a window in there's a window in the shop, and years ago, somebody told me, hey, I saw your picture inside the window at the Cleaners. I was like, what? It's like, yeah, your picture, your mug, like a big 11 by 14 picture of you was in the window at the cleaners. I think that's it, actually, right there. And I was like, what are you talking about? And she's like, yeah, I don't know, but the laundromat, or not the laundromat, but you know, the dry cleaners has your picture in their window. I'm like, why? And they're like, she's like, I don't know. So I go down to the cleaners, and it's a picture of me. They have a picture of the Omikoshi, the portable shrine, and the portable shrine is like, you know, you parade it around town. This was my neighborhood for 10 years, and I care. In fact, this is very, this is this is the very Omikoshi that I carried right where we are right now. And the little cleaner, everybody has like a little role that they play. Everybody in the neighborhood, and the cleaners, they had the like happy, the clothes that you wear. Like you go there and you just show up, and somebody gives you like a little vest that you're meant to, a little jacket that you're meant to wear. And then you have to, I think you have to pay $5 or something, and then you turn it back in, they wash it. I don't even know if you have to pay. And but the guy who ran the cleaner shop, I think he found it really novel that I was like carrying the Omikoshi, because these days, not that I was the first person to ever carry the Omikoshi, but so this is Shimokitazawa. I'm not going to drive. We're going right under there's the Minami Shotengai. Disc Union is right here on the right. That's the Inokashira line above us. The station where I always do the Vox Pop is right up that street right there. And are we still going? Yeah, we're still going. And so anyway, it was a novel. It was very novel that there was a foreigner carrying the Omikoshi in the local Shimokita shrine. Now it's probably like a tourist thing where it's probably like a lot of the teams are comprised like all of foreigners. I wonder, maybe not, but there's Disc Union, Shimokitazawa, great Disc Union, huge, really net. You'd think that Shinjuku would be the best. Driving down past Jet Set's a really cool shop, headquartered in Kyoto, but now they have a shop in Shimokita. Here's some people hanging outside of Upstairs Records, smoking cigarettes. I'm guessing non-Japanese, maybe we'll see. Upstairs right there is, no, Upstairs Records. Here's Record Station, really cool record shop. And there's about five, I can smell the hookah place. We're driving right past the hookah place. There's some interesting characters over there. Shimokita's a real funky town, really cool. I love coming here. Oh, hello guy. So that's just the Ichiban guy. I'm hungry. Well, thank you for joining me on that little trip. I'm not quite home, but I'll bring you the rest of the way. That picking up fares has got legs. That idea. Actually, it's something that I always think about. I always think about. I actually did it the other day. I didn't even. I should have mentioned that this morning. I did it the other day. I saw some. That's Hummingbird Records we just passed. So like on my way home, I can pass like 20 or 30, or I think I counted them once. I think I can actually pass 70, or wait, is that many? I think it's like 45 record stores on my way home. It's not 75, it's 45, but it's still a lot. Um, but I went to go make that Tanuki video. I'm not sure if anybody saw the Tanuki video, but I was over in Akihabara, and I noticed that there was this couple, and they had like 4 suitcases between the two of them, and they were looking at their phone and like looking up at the street signs, and they were lost. And I had the car, and I was killing time until my kid got out of school. And I was like, you guys need to ride somewhere? I normally don't do this, and it's very weird, and I can understand if you don't want to say no, but I think you guys need to ride to the station or somewhere. Do you guys need to ride? I can just, you can throw the suitcases in the back. And they were like, oh, really? They were from France. And then I drove them and gave them a Tokyo Record Style sticker and chatted them up for like 2 minutes. It was really fun. And I just thought, oh, like that's such a unique sort of Tokyo experience. Like, I don't think you could actually pick up non-Japanese people. They wouldn't get in the car with you. It would be very dangerous, understandably. But you could probably pick up foreigners. I could. I mean, I have hitchhiked in Japan before. And to hitchhike in Japan is pretty unconventional. You have to like go and knock on a car door and be like, hey, are you guys going like to Shinjuku? Like, I've been out in the middle of nowhere, like out in the middle of like really far, mountainside, Tokyo prefecture, but far away from like Shinjuku or far away from the city. And when you see people on one particular road, they're heading west, or they're heading east rather. And you're like, yo, are you heading anywhere east? I just need to go further east than I am right now. They're like, yeah, hop in. They're nice about it, but they're like, you want to do what? You want me to take you somewhere? I'm like, yeah, if you don't mind. Like, you just want to ride in my car with me? Yeah, is that okay? Like hitchhiking? Yeah. Oh, wow. They're like surprised at you, like. So my kids were born at this hospital right here, Sugiyama Clinic. Nice little place. Both the kids were born there. And this is kind of, my old stomping grounds. I used to live down that way, a little ways, near Shindaita Station. Lived in like 2 or 3 different places over there. And then we moved when the kids were coming. We were like, we needed more space. And Shimokita is nice, but it's like, there's not a lot of parks. There's not a nice river. And so we weren't necessarily ready to buy a place, but we were like looking for a place, and we went to the like real estate agent, and he showed us this very, very like deep in the neighborhood of where we live now. This like deep in the heart of the neighborhood, this like very, very well-to-do guy's house. He had like a second house on his property, a really nice house that he had actually built for himself, so that when his kids got to be old enough, they could live in the house that he had. They could live in his house, and he and his wife could sort of like live next door to the family. But his children ended up moving far away, and he had this like second house on his property that he never used. Huge Japanese garden, big shacho. I don't remember what he did. Mr. Mitsu, oh my God, what was his name? Oh my God, I'm forgetting their names. They were a very lovely old couple. And we were so, I'm really smoking. It had like a little gated fence, and it was just like, I saw this like vision of the kids like drawing chalk on the driveway, and like building a snowman, and like being at the end of this cul-de-sac where they could like learn to ride the tricycle. And I was like, oh, this is the place. And my wife was like, what? It was perfect. There's not much to the story, but so we lived there, and I never imagined that I would like want to be so far away from Shibuya or whatever. I never was like, oh, I'm so far away from, it's 4 stops further from Shimokitazawa, and I love Shimokitazawa, and I don't want to move any further away. I'll be like in the middle of nowhere. But actually, after we spent, I think, 1 or 2 years at that place, just fell deeply in love with it because it was just a stone throw away from Shimokita in one direction and Kiyoji in the other direction, and it was in neither of the places, which is Kitazawa. I don't want Kichijoji. I don't know where we live. We super lucked out, and we got in like a good time. We just throw more money at it. We should be using the money to build other things, but maybe our 30-year loan will become a 25-year loan or a 20-year loan. I don't know. She's kind of in charge of it. I just kind of do my best. Just constantly just trying my best to hustle. There's never enough, right? There's just never enough. No matter how hard you're working, there's just never enough. But, you know, this day started out with like a gratitude post and a gratitude stream, and maybe I'll try to end it on that too, because, yeah, there is never enough, but, right, it's kind of a mindset. It's the way they call it, like abundance thinking or abundance mindset versus like scarcity mindset. I don't know. I have plenty. I don't know. I have plenty. And speaking of like records, you know, like I've been thinking about like how every time I add a record to my collection, the value of them all go down just a fraction. And I'm at the point where there's a few more things that I really want, but I wonder what you do when you know, because I think when you're 60 or even 70, and you start to sort of, you know, I don't even think I'm going to get that far along. I just don't think I am. But if you get to 70 and you're like, you have 3,000, 6,000, 10,000 records, you know, that's like trouble, right? There's no time to like sell them judiciously and to earn, you know, what you pay. You're either gonna have to off them and lose money on them, or, you know, really calculate yourself and, you know, start trickling them out, open a record shop. I don't know, but I assume, like, you know, I saw one of these, I saw a video, some record store somewhere, they had a deal where it was like $10 for all the records you can carry. They had like a whole like massive stack of like dollar records that they were giving away. They just needed to like get rid of records, and it was like $10 or something like that for all the records you could carry. And like young people were going in there, and they were just like getting, you know, 30, it's like this big heavy stack of 30, 40 records, and just, you know, like getting a collection started. But there was one guy in there that was like 80, and he had this giant stack of records, and I was like, dude, you're 80 years old and you're just like collecting records. Are you not? I mean, what more could you possibly? And that's like, I don't know, like, what more do I need? I mean, need is such a weird word to talk about record collecting, but like, I mean, there's a few artists whose discographies I would like to have complete. And there's like music discovery that I would like to still have. Lots of music discovery. Um, but music discovery, like I think in general, is kind of like fine for streaming. You know what I mean? It's like streaming just is like it's okay. Like I actually don't want something that I'm not going to listen to again. Um, you know what I mean? So streaming is really good for like I'm really into music discovery, like very very into it. And but I don't want to like squander records on music discovery. Like it doesn't make sense for me to buy it. Occasionally this is okay. Occasionally it's okay to like buy something like that you think, "Oh, I don't know what this is. I'm going to take a chance on." I mean that's great. That's great to do. Actually, I should say more than occasionally. That's like a great way to. But if it just goes onto your shelf to just collect dust and never ever ever get played again, then that's something that I would really really like to have only on streaming. And so I'm 49, and I'm just thinking like, if I'm already feeling this kind of itch to like not really need to collect a whole lot more, and sort of I don't know thin like all filler, all killer, and no filler to get rid of the Simon. I mean, granted, my mom liked Carly Simon, so I want to keep it for that. But I'm never going to listen to that record again. Like, do I really need that in my catalog? But it's nice. There's a coffee shop. There's a Starbucks. There's a Caldi. There's a Seiyu. This is why people think it's nice, is because this supermarket is like posh. It's like they have expensive cheese, shit like that. They have like a butcher. But there's a little town. So because there's a bunch of weirdos out there, I'm not going to bring you all the way to my house, but if you really want to be obsessed with me, then I guess you can, I don't know, do some forensic analysis. But I'll say goodbye to you here and say thank you for hanging out. I really appreciate it. It was a fun little ride around. And I filled 2 hours of today with. It's kind of just. It's kind of just, I don't know. Flexing, the noodle. And it's somehow like it clears the mind so that the next things can fill it. Anyway, I don't know. But appreciate you guys hanging out. For those of you guys who tuned in this morning, thanks for tuning in. Maybe there's nobody even watching this stream. I admit, like it's meandering like nobody's business, like literally and figuratively. So if you stuck around, I really appreciate it. And yeah, thanks for just all the good vibes lately. And yeah, abundance mindset. I'm not gonna sign off with some kind of moral to this story, but yeah, it was a good day. I wanted to take some stock in today, and it was a good day to do that. So see you guys on the next stream. Yeah, hit the like button and subscribe if you're not already. And thanks for letting me fire up the 360 camera. It's a good time every now and again. And yeah. Thanks to Bryce Suzuki, who helped me pull this whole thing together. All right. Peace in the Middle East.